Hey, wrestling fans, this is Rick Blade telling you to tune in with BJ and DG, best wrestling talk on YouTube.
Hello, everybody. BJ here, DJ over there.
DG, not DJ. Jeez, can we at least get
that? It's BJ DG.
I do it when I type, honestly. Like, it happens so much. But anyway, Danger
Johnny
Ginger
just
here.
did it on the, he said BG DG. on the SPO. On the, SPO that we're here to talk about.
Let's just start this whole reaction to their press conference that just ended by throwing Johnny Cashmere under the bus. I love it. Don't know how he'll feel about it, but, maybe that's our heel turn at this point. But anyway.
Hey, everybody does it. We picked a difficult name to say.
So before we get anything specific, what was your overall take of the press conference? What did you think?
That is one way to announce matches, and I mean, just amazing. So many things, and it was 40 minutes long, so a lot of information in a little bit of time. But yeah, everyone who came on and delivered promos, amazing. We were just talking about that, Hill Mark. We were just talking about that. More important things, but we'll catch it.
Yeah, unfortunately, other things happening in the wrestling world besides TNA at the moment, which they do great things. But anyway, speaking of promos, where you want to start? Flash Carter promo or Lavari or Robbie? Because we had 3 promos that were just out there tonight.
Well, yeah. Let's start with Flash.
Yeah, he seems like he's ready to go.
Yeah, this guy won me over. I want to see what this guy can do in the ring. Flash Carter is studying to be a doctor. He's already he's not a doctor yet, but he's almost a doctor.
Let's just put it like this: when he popped on for the press conference, it looked like he was at work.
Yeah, he probably was.
He's just in one of the break rooms real quick, just popping on for this press conference. Like, I'm going to show up and kick butt. And he made it clear he's coming for that championship.
Yeah, and I'd love to see what he can do. I've never seen
He
him.
is entering the Skywalker Rumble, which will be for the Silver Skywalker Championship that Johnny Cashmere will be vacating.
Rumble entrance. We got Rumble entrance.
Yeah, we got plenty of them. We had Santa Kringle announced. Interesting, Santa. Chester's own Nail, the Hood Prince Charming. We had Stoner Bro Flex.
Stoner Bro.
And then, in a surprise turn of events, as he's announcing this, the president of pro wrestling himself, the man who essentially gave me the name Danger Ginger on commentary at one of the other SPO shows,
our co-host on one of on one of the episodes of Spocast that we were on.
Yeah, and that he has now himself entered into the Skywalker Rumble, our first
the president of wrestling.
So our first
in the Skywalker Rumble.
Our first wave of talent announcements. How you feel about it?
I am hyped. And
also Pat Dynamite. Can't forget Pat Dynamite.
Pat Dynamite. I'm thinking it's going to be like a WWE 2K DLC packs. You're going to get with each you're going to get a Why Is He in there. You're going to get okay, these 2 are the reason I bought the pack. And then you're going to get okay.
And then a bunch of creative guys just randomly thrown in there for the hell of it.
Well, yeah. But no, that's the way I feel like these Rumble announcements are going to go.
Yeah, this is going to be something interesting. I'm really looking forward to the Battle Royal.
Oh yeah.
Johnny had that man stayed so busy doing what he's doing, that he won that championship in the summer and wasn't had the time to be able to defend it, and now he's doing the right thing and allowing somebody new to win that championship.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Those are big shoes to fill.
Oh yeah.
But the man's a Hall of Famer now too for celebrity boxing. So
that's right. That's right. That ring was.
Yeah, that
ring was amazing.
Right. Yeah, and then they also, as you see, we have Rick Blade who does our current intro, who was announced as part of the double main event, which he will be taking on. Oops. Yep, that's the one I meant. In a double main event now, for the SPO championship, Rick Blade and the Feral Face. And then the other side of it, first time ever, Simon Gotch versus Drew Gulak, two former WWE stars.
I am torn between Gotch or Blade and Face.
I'm assuming you don't want to have another "you didn't pick me" situation.
I could get it from both of them now.
Yeah, I feel like it's one of those things where, like, if you didn't pick Face, I feel like we'd get just a really mean look and maybe like a chop or something. Like, that'll teach you a lesson.
That's right. I'll take it.
But yeah, I can't wait.
Shirt.
I really can't wait to get to our preview show for this, to go home and be able to talk.
May or may not be on this channel.
If not, it'll be SPOWrestling.com as before.
Or Johnny Cashmere.
Yeah. Or Johnny Cashmere and SPO on Facebook. I think any of the socials at this point.
But that's a ways away.
But yeah, just real quick, to bring this back up. I really love this Drew Gulak graphic.
Yeah. Amazing graphic right there.
And just to run through some of the other people, as we talked about, FaZe, Homeless Vaughn.
Homeless Vaughn will be back.
We also know
you can't have
that
a event without Homeless Vaughn.
Ruthie J will be there in a number one contenders match for the women's championship against Angel Metro.
I cannot wait for that match.
And then Vinny Pacifico, who was on Spocast this week.
And who was also on
yes, the opening match, part of a trios match against the Ops. Unfortunately, he did take the pinfall in that match, but that's okay. Look at who the competition was. Right. And then also the Rep.
Yeah, man, love the Rep. Love to hate them, but love them at the same time. These guys are just monsters. I can't wait to see the final card.
Oh, yeah. Speaking of things that were finalized tonight, essentially, was when they started talking about the opponents for Tay-Rock and Velcro's tag team debut. And we get Robbie on, which, boy, Robbie being Robbie, right? As I said something about his promo, that just went off the rails to the point that he's cashing in this key to the city that I guess he ended up winning, possession being 9/10 of the law.
I explained, I mapped out how it
Johnny wasn't in the match, so by the time it's like James Ellsworth being Mrs. Money in the Bank, kind of
one of those kind of things.
Yeah.
But
he gets on, and it will be two of South Philly's originals, Christian Ross and Declan Grant, taking on Velcro and Tay-Rock. Now we've seen.
And, if anyone watching this right now is hearing this and doesn't go back to the SPO press conference and watch Robbie's promo, you're doing yourself a disservice. That man
is legitimately upset. I can't even say that it was an act or something.
He's a political prisoner.
Oh, do we really have to get into that now? The man being the man's a self-proclaimed political prisoner. All right, all due respect, all due respect. But boy, I'm not going to repeat the comment, but the comment right before he went, oh man.
I wouldn't say some of what he said in a strip club.
Oh. But yeah, so just real quick, your thoughts on Christian Ross and Declan Grant being the first opponents for Tay-Rock and Velcro. What was your first thought of expectations just thinking about that match happening?
I don't think Tay-Rock and Velcro know what they're getting themselves into.
I don't think anybody knew
Declan
till
Grant,
that.
I've seen Christian Ross, and I've seen Velcro.
And Tay-Rock.
And Tay-Rock, right. I don't think they know what they're getting themselves into. I think they would have been better off, against Ellsworth and Ross.
Oh, yeah,
because Grant is the difference there, and
Grant's
he's not
no
out
joke.
there.
He's no
he's
joke.
He's not a guy who was in the WWE and is just kind of living off of royalties and WWE money. He's a guy who's hungry and he's out there making money, and he's very good at what he does.
And he's no slouch. He's another one I almost want to put into a category with face, but I still think he's a couple rungs down.
Yeah, because I've only ever seen him lose.
I mean, granted, it was in controversial fashion.
Yeah, that lucky match. Yeah.
Yeah, it was in controversial fashion. And then the last time it was against the former, because that was with Homicide, right?
No.
That rolled the dice.
Homicide wasn't at Roll the Dice, was he?
Yeah, I think he was. Boy, that's so long ago now. That was in November. Jeez.
I'm going to have to go back and look. No, Declan.
Yeah, Declan Grant was at the. Oh, no. I think he tag teamed with H.C. Loke. I think that's right. What it was.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
There we go. But yeah, since we, after talking about Robbie's promo, I'd like to transition to something a little more lighthearted. And that a man that was essentially the creator of the backseats, Donnie B, is going to be honored at this event, because who knows where those guys would have been without him.
Right. Absolutely.
Like, it's real. And that's going to be a real honor to be there for that.
Oh, definitely.
Especially after like the past year watching him on Spodcast. We get to actually hear his opinions in person, possibly.
Yeah. I don't always agree with what he says, but I respect it.
Hey, he knows probably more than both of us combined when it comes to wrestling.
Oh, no, I agree. His whole platform of 2-hour indie shows, I disagree with.
Man, I say 2.5 with a 30-minute intermission, 3 hours total.
4.
Yeah.
I want 4. I don't leave the house often. If I'm going out to a show, I want to get my money's worth. You know what I mean?
But yeah, and then we also had post-game confirmed with a heel Lavari promo.
Official manager, Lavari's officially their manager, and he cut a very heelish promo.
Yeah, he really took some shots too. I'll tell you what, there were a couple hot takes within that.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And again, you guys, if you're watching this and you're curious about what we're talking about, it just happened. You can go and watch it on Johnny Cashmere's YouTube page.
Or at SPOWrestling.com as
right.
well. We are reviewing the press conference that just took place. It ended about 15 minutes ago, I want to say. 20 minutes ago, but something like that.
Something
and
like
now
that.
we're
like
here.
After.
Yeah, and now we're here talking about it.
Lavari, I feel like he was very caught off guard when he managed or performed post-game out to the ring. because post game are not over, and they were taking on a team that is very over. So naturally, post game caught some boos during their entrance, which I don't know if we have it loaded up, but we have a clip of that somewhere. So Lavari, I feel like he kind of observed and saw what happened, and instead of thinking to himself, I'm going to do everything to get on their side, I think he took it the other way, and he's like, well, if that's what these people think of me, and he kind of, steered into it.
Yeah,
and
he definitely
go back and watch, man.
He
He's spitting
definitely.
venom.
It was something, that's for sure. Like I said, shots fired, right?
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. And everyone. Random shots fired.
Yeah. Like Robbie's shots fired were very specific,
Yeah, no, he was sniping.
But Lavari was just like, what?
Lavari was just double-handing, like Yosemite Sam or something.
Like, he was just throwing them out there. I'm very interested to see if he can actually back it up, because there's a lot. It's not easy being a manager in pro wrestling. Like, there's a lot of things that you got to do.
Yeah, there's definitely a lot to it.
But it should, there is a lot of tag team competition in SPO. Like, it might be one. It's probably one of the best overall tag team divisions in the Indies, in my opinion.
Oh, yeah.
Of the level of competition.
And it's a wrestling promotion built by tag team wrestlers for tag team wrestlers, not to sleep on the singles division, because, oh my God, the majority of these guys in these tag teams, as well as so many other people in this promotion, singles, I'm as excited to see any of these guys in singles competition as I am in tag team competition.
Yeah, so just real quick, I do have the footage up from their entrance.
Oh, great. And I will boo them just as loud the next time I see them. Lavari, though, I got respect for him.
I'll say this, like I said after my final thing, their first match with the backseats, I felt like they were a bit outclassed going up against the champions in their first debut match. But then they held their own with Primal Fear. Primal Fear just had the experience.
I gained a little respect for him during that match, but I still feel like they're on the bottom of the mountain in SPO.
Yeah, I can't imagine what they would do against a team like the Rep, who are just monsters.
They would cry and run home.
Like, just as an example of somebody. And then we were told that Tone Love of Tough Crew will be performing a new song performing it as the Patriots protege's entrance.
He does exist.
I assume he has existed the entire time, but
yeah, no, there was bad weather last event, so the Patriots protege never showed. Patriot was there.
Yeah, I remember seeing him. So yeah, we had an update for stuff with the backseats, of their tour and stuff going on, looking for a lot of JCW stuff coming up for them.
Those guys are just killing it, man.
It almost happened, brother. It almost happened.
I know. I'm under control. This is what, my second beer? I'm not going to knock it over yet.
But yeah, man, a lot of talent announced tonight.
Yeah. Yeah.
And just to bring this up, this double main event, like, who do you see really book double main events like this?
You don't
And
see
seriously,
indie double main events like this.
Oh, whoops! Can I? Haha!
What happened?
Oh, I moved us over to the side.
There we go. That works.
But yeah, dude, like Gotch and Gulak, I expect like a technical masterpiece out of.
I just hope the rep don't come in and ruin it again.
Seriously, right? Can we not have another dream match ruined, please?
Like, I still want to see Gotch Blade happen. You know?
Yeah, I still
Gotch
want a
Gulak,
winner to that.
But in this case, it's like, all right, Gotch Gulak, all right, Blade face, okay, fine, you got it.
Yes, I mean we've had them as a team for what this show, and then they had their match at the previous show before that.
Right. I still want to see that match, but I would love to see them team more also.
Dude, like would you expect more, just real quick, from Gotch and Gulak? Hard hitting or technical? Which way does it lean more?
I'm thinking it's a mixture of both.
So do I, but where do you think when the scale weighs it?
I feel like early on it'll be technical, and then it'll just break down into a brawl.
Yeah, to where I see Blade and Face as just a possibly insane nonstop fight.
I mean, Blade's gonna jump off something. You know what I mean? Like, things are gonna happen.
When doesn't Blade jump off something? Like, you give him something high enough to jump off of, he'll do it.
Yeah. Oh man, and just looking back and seeing some of his matches back in the day, how is this guy still walking among us and still doing it? Well, doing it again. But I mean, that table spot back in about a year ago. Oh my goodness.
Oh yeah, where he was the referee?
No. The table didn't break. I have it on.
You mean at the Firehouse show where they do the triple bomb, the shield bomb, and I thought you were talking about the table spot when Rick Blade was refereeing Channing Decker and Johnny Cash.
Oh no, that was.
Oh, I had
that
the
was
perfect
devastating.
view. I had such the perfect view for that. That's
right. That was before we met, so we were sitting across the arena from each other.
I think that's the show where you came up to me, and we met.
Yeah, it might have been. It's funny too, going back and looking at my old videos in the background, like, oh, there's DG before I met him.
Speaking of the old shows, this real quick, it was like a week ago. I'm going through old photos, looking for a photo for something, and I was taking a picture of the entranceway as somebody was coming out, and I realized GQ is literally sitting 2 seats down in the row behind me. And I didn't know it was him. I didn't realize it was him then until he comes out at the end. I'm like, wait a minute, he was just sitting behind us the entire time.
Yeah, GQ, great dude. He said, I randomly ran into him a while back, and he said he's going to miss the event that passed, but he's probably going to be at this next one.
Let's see.
Whether he's in the ring or just hanging out, either way, that'll be awesome.
Yeah. After these announcements tonight, I'm really starting to really look forward to this. You know, like we're already like, all right, we're ready for the next SPO event right at the end of the last one. But then
I'm a little mad that they had this so early. Like, we still have like 5 weeks, man.
Hey, man, that's plenty. Hey, there's plenty for them to announce.
More than that, it's like 6 or 7 weeks.
I mean, look at it like this. There's still, not saying that they would announce all 20, but there's still 20 participants to be announced for a Rumble.
Oh no, I know. But
we have what? 1, 2, 3, 4 announced matches.
I think it was matches, yeah. Yeah, I think 1, 2, 3. Yeah. Well,
You know,
6.
oh, and then also that they announced that at the Phoenix Bar and Grill, 10 minutes away from Harris, there's going to be an after party as well. So I'm thinking that might be something we attend. You know, I figure
I'm
any
about it.
place with beer you'd be happy to go to. So
Well, you know what they call me. Yeah, I do have to work the next day, so I'll probably be taking it easy. But hey, we'll see what happens.
But yeah, this was for the first time ever, and how it was done. Way to be to Johnny Cashmere and all those guys say Skills the Great being on there.
Oh,
Flash
yeah.
Carter appearing, Lavari, Robbie. We had Tommy from the back seats.
Tommy.
And I think there was somebody else. Oh, Phil. Yeah. And Phil. Can't forget Phil.
Phil was on. Yeah. The president.
Oddly enough,
who's going to be the kind of president we want, and he's going to be there in the ring, on the front lines, battling for gold.
Well, silver,
It's
technically.
inspiring. Well,
he's battling for silver.
The Silver Skywalker Championship, but he's an inspiration. He's an inspiration to me, and he's an inspiration to this country.
Okay. I was just making sure there was nobody magically behind me to argue the point. Because there's always that minority somewhere that will argue something.
Hey, I trust in Phil.
I trust in myself. If I learned anything from pro wrestling was DTA. Don't trust anybody. Everybody. Everybody's one moment away from getting stunned.
Yeah.
But yeah, again, props to all those guys tonight. It was a really well done job.
Very well put together show.
Yeah, straight to the point,
Unlike this.
No, we're not holding a press conference. What the hell were we? Hi, guys. We're BJ and DG, and we have a wrestling show. Any questions? No? All right, we're out.
It's an AMA. Please, no flash photography.
Well, we could come up with a 5-second pose.
I'm sure we could come up with several.
But yeah, great job by these guys.
Yeah.
Looking
I cannot
forward.
wait for this show.
Looking forward to SPOcast on SPOwrestling.com, SPO on SPO Wrestling social medias, Johnny Cashmere's social media pages as well. So check that out. Monday, 7 p.m.
Every Monday at 7.
Yep. And then you can catch us this Sunday, 5 p.m., where we'll be talking this week in wrestling and what a week it's been so far.
Oh, and there's still a couple shows to go, and it's already been just ridiculous.
We'll also have a Revolution to cover, which I'll already say was a great show to the main event. That's all I'll say about that at the moment. I thought it was
Can we say overbooked?
When is it something overbooked in wrestling? Maybe I've gotten a little immune to it due to the fact that Roman did it with the Bloodline for 3.5 years. But we're going to talk over.
That's Sunday.
I mean, if anything, overbooked was the main event. Maybe.
Yeah.
The other thing I'll say is maybe the cage match went a little too long, but that was nothing. That's nothing that takes away from the match because that was a great match as well. But yeah, we'll talk more about that Sunday, 5 p.m. right here on this channel. This is where to find all your exclusive BJ and DG Talk Wrestling content until we decide to expand. But yeah, get your tickets for SPO Wrestling at SPOwrestling.com. Run through the graphics one more time here for everybody. Angel Metro.
We didn't even talk about Angel Metro and Ruthie J, really.
Well, that was already announced, but they will be having their number 1 contenders match for the women's championship because I did bring it up at the start of the show when I showed the graphics.
Yeah, but we didn't really get into it.
Well, we'll have time to talk about that.
You know what? Let me go.
You know,
Yeah. The less I say about that match, the better.
You know, we got Vinny Pacifico, who was on Spocast this past week, but you can go back and go watch that on YouTube. You know, we did the rep coming, Homeless Vaughn returning, and as we already know, the Feral Face,
The devil in this place.
Drew Gulak, and here you go, our double main event.
Already.
I don't have the graphic, but there's also the Skywalker Rumble, who we had 5 people for that announced. Chester's own, Chester's own nailed the Hood Prince Charming, Santa Kringle, Stoner Flex Bro, Pat Dynamite,
Stoner Bro.
And as we said, the president of pro wrestling himself. Whoa, Phil Stamper. No. Moving on. This is why we need that third person here, you know. But yeah, everybody, you can catch us again talking This Week in Wrestling Sunday, 5 p.m. right here. And don't forget then on Monday, 7 p.m., check out Spocast at spowrestling.com. And
if you enjoyed this show, be sure to drop a like and tell everybody.
Yeah, and you know, don't forget to get your tickets now on sale for the 25th anniversary of the back seats, where Donnie B will be honored. You got these 2 great matches. It's going to be a great show. And also there was also the possibility that Batman will be there. So be good.
That's awesome.
You know?
We haven't seen Batman of Burlington in a long time, and I cannot wait to see him again. That man does incredible things for the city of Burlington.
Yeah, it's always a fun time when he shows up.
Oh, yeah.
And
he's not afraid to get involved.
Real quick as well, the press conference, one of the sponsors of it, Eclipse Graphics. Reach out on social media at eclipsegraphics.com or at Eclipse Graphics on Instagram, .com. You can tell I'm about done here. My brain's going to mush, you know, for all your graphic needs.
We just took in a lot of information.
Yeah. As some of their examples of work are these graphics we have shown tonight. But
that's indie graphics I've seen.
But yes, everybody, thank you for watching. And I'm DG Danger Ginger. That's the guy. Yep. And we will catch y'all Sunday, 5 p.m. as always, to talk wrestling.
I almost knocked my beer over doing that.
Be good to each other out there, everybody.
Yeah! It's your boy Gabriel Hodder, Matthew Oman. We are All Fight, No Fight, Primal Fear. And you're watching BJ and DG Talk Wrestling. Yeah!